Hello, everybody. My name is Kori Burkholder, and I am a career transition and fulfillment coach, otherwise known as the go-to expert for what's next in your career. I help people find crystal clear clarity around next steps in their career and ensure they have the true confidence and support to get there. And I am talking to Stephanie Artner. She is one of my close friends and also one of my career trailblazers in the 180-degree career shift deep dive circle. We started back in September and we are now just closing the circle. And I wanted to catch up with her to see how the experience has been for her, what she's achieved, and what she's setting out to do in 2018. And so without further ado, this is Stephanie, and I just want you to tell us what you do for your career.
Okay, thanks, Kori, for the intro. So currently I work as a business development manager for wine and food magazine and event company. And I've worked in the wine and food industry for probably 8 years. But this is a very new and recent job. I began basically end of September, just shortly before our program. And I was looking for new opportunities, and I was really excited that I came across this one. And also then, beginning our Trailblazer workshop and course, because what I was really interested in was to continuously show up as my best self. I have learned a lot from my previous jobs, from mistakes, and I was really excited about this new opportunity, and I just didn't want to make the same mistakes. I thought I learned a lot, and that's why, the program for me was very important to help me, not be afraid of failing. And this is also the reason why I joined it, to have kind of an accountability partner in the beginning of this new journey.
Yeah, so Stephanie she wasn't looking for a job. She had just landed a new job. She just moved to Canada and was looking for a while, and this was like a great opportunity for her. So it wasn't so much about transitioning into a new job, but how she's transitioning into this new job and her new responsibilities and what she wanted to create. Mm-hmm. So what do you think your number one challenge was in this new job for you?
It was, I think, staying focused and on track and setting the right goals. From the objectives of my job, it was pretty clear in the beginning that I needed to get sponsors for a wine conference. And so, going into this, the Trailblazer program was like, okay, how can I lock down maybe, my first sponsors by the mid of our program, which was like in mid of November. And I think the program really helped me to set these goals, or this specific goal straight, and helped me to stay on track that I would reach it. And at the same time, I wanted to work on my communication and my, abilities of deeper listening to, what the problems were, how can I approach them correctly, and how can I communicate also what I need in, getting closer to these goals. So I think the program was perfect for me because it helped me, to check in with myself weekly, gave me like an hour to shine every week, and also share, my obstacles with you and the group. So I think to, summarize, I think it was, getting sponsors, because it was the way I could prove that I was be able to do this job and be successful. And the other part was to communicate better about my needs, I would say.
Yeah. And so Stephanie, definitely she set these goals and she hit every milestone. And so what the circle provides is we meet every Wednesday evening from 7 to 8. and there's between 4 and 6 other Trailblazers in the group. And so what we do is we follow a program, and there's new topics introduced every week, but also people get to connect with each other and get coaching that helps them transform mindset issues. So Stephanie had something where she was procrastinating,
Correct.
and she wasn't sure why, because she started this new job. And so some of the coaching around the mindset really helped you overcome those, right? So it kind of helped you transform that procrastination into something a little bit more empowering for you. Do you remember what that was? A little bit of that coaching?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was my coaching session with you. I mean, that's part of the program. We do our weekly calls, but then we also get the opportunity to have like this, solo calls with you, so to say, where we really get this special time, and be able to share what I need or what I'm missing, and then get your feedback, from a professional coach. And I valued that a lot. And we did some parts work, which was really going deeper, into also, some problems and obstacles I had in the past with, relationships, personal and professionally, because it showed immediately that my procrastination was actually because of that I had some relationships which were not, so taken care of as I wished, and so I think with the special parts work we did, it was very powerful to get to the root of the problem. And I think once I realized that, it was really kind of like full steam ahead from there on, and I felt much more empowered, to solve my problems at work, and lock down these sponsors I was looking for.
Yeah, so Stephanie's talking about the parts work, and a lot of what I do is we go into these parts of ourselves that are, so Stephanie's was the procrastinator, and so kind of like digging deeper and deeper and deeper and transforming that part, so it's not holding you back, but you can transform it into more power. So that was part of what we did in her private coaching session. So what did you enjoy most about the program? What was your favorite part? I know there's many, but
Yeah. I think it was the weekly calls, like to have the weekly, we had a 7 to 8 on a Wednesday. It was this 1 hour I was able to dedicate to myself. And even, after a stressful day or a stressful week, and even I was like, oh God, I have this call. Every time I had the call, it was like, oh my God, I'm so thankful we had this call. I feel so much better. It was so great to meet all these other amazing, members of our group, and hear their stories and learn from them. I think that was really empowering. So honestly, something I didn't expect maybe, so much, because it was something new, like to do group calls or group coaching. So I was not sure exactly what to expect. But I think, now looking back, it was definitely one of my favorite things of the program.
Great. And so also part of the circle is pairing you up with another accountability partner. So in addition to the weekly calls, you also connect with your partner outside to integrate that learning and to help each other move beyond their personal professional goals. So that's a piece which I've heard is also a favorite part as well, is just to have that accountability partner to keep each other moving. And I was so honored just to see you all like working together, even outside of that partnership, like other people would be connecting. I saw that outside, and that's also a very powerful aspect of the coaching program as well. So let's see, were there any other obstacles that you overcame during this process?
I mean, coming back to what you just said, like having the accountability partner was actually really, I mean, probably also one of the very important things of the program, because you had someone you could check in weekly, and this really helped me to stay on track, to kind of, set my goals straight, have someone to check in with me weekly about them, and even ask me if I need help with them. So that was definitely something, I think, which helped me in the process, because again, like, my goals were to reach like new sponsors, get better in my communication. And I think with, the weekly calls and the accountability partner and even our private sessions, I had kind of 3 pillars which helped me to stay on track. And I think that was very powerful at the end. And I think, helped me to succeed.
I love it. So if you were to describe this to your best friend, this program, what would you tell her?
Honestly, I think the program is for everyone who wants to change. Not even change, to just focus on something they care about. For me, even in the program, I had to focus on my work. That was one of the goals, but at the same time, I also made room for other passions. And one of them is, that one day I want to open my own bed and breakfast. And so we also worked on that, how could I get closer to that? And so what the course really provides is, weekly specific tasks to to get closer to that goal, or to get closer to what you can do, even in tiny baby steps, to what's possible in the bigger spectrum at the end of the road. And that, again, is something which I enjoyed a lot, because I think life is not all about work. Of course, I think I want to bring in our passions to work as well, ideally, but at the same time, it helped me to continuously dream, or like manifest my dream even more. So, coming back to your initial question of how would I describe this program to a friend, I think it's basically really time for yourself. Like, if you want to dedicate a time to yourself for anything, it's really a program for people who want to, switch careers, or change, like, even some, their not their attitude about stuff, but also about a hobby maybe, and lets you go deeper, and lets you show up more as your best self, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, what Stephanie's alluding to is that we really, in the beginning, we want to create that big vision of what it is that you want to create. Where is it that you want to be at the end of this program? So that we're always checking in, and you're hitting your goals, and we're getting you closer and closer to that vision, and where you're able to sail off into the sunset, which is what you're doing now. So I really want to hear what you're up to in 2018.
Yeah, it's a big year. It's after moving to Canada last year and feeling a little bit more home now in this new country, and also having a job where I really want to continuously focus a lot of my efforts in. I think for me this year, it's also about becoming more this expert I wish to be. That meaning that I want to be really this woman people look for when they want to get like business development done for any kind of project, that they can come to me and they know Stephanie is the right person for the job. She'll be able to motivate others to join the project. And so in that sense, I have a big conference coming up end of this year. And so the goal for the next few months is to really lock in more, collaborators, more major partners and sponsors. And so I think the program helped me, warm up to that challenge. And I feel, empowered to move forward. So that will be a big part of this year, to really succeeding in this new job with this big conference, and proving myself that I get I can get it done, because I know I can. And it's just believing more in myself that I can, do more than I sometimes tell myself.
Yeah, and we've seen it. We've really seen it. You've hit your 2 big milestone goals that you set for yourself in this program. Like, she hit them. Yes.
Yay!
So amazing. And if you can do that, you can do it all. So, and I
Thank you,
know
Kori.
that
It's
you
a
are.
lot also with your help. So I need to give you credit and your program, because it's truly empowering. And so I truly hope that, many more will take advantage of it, because it's, yeah.
Yeah, and so the next circle starts on January 17th. It's again, it's every Wednesday for 12 weeks, 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. All the details can be found on my website, koriburkholder.com, and I will post the link below this video. And if you're in New York City, next Wednesday, the 10th, I have a live workshop coming up, and we are going to be going over some of your core values, which is like the foundation for any work that I do with my clients. You've got to know your 5 core values, because that's how you build a life of love and passion. When you're not aligned with those, it's not going to feel right. And so that's what we're going to be doing next week. And I want to thank you, Stephanie. It was such an honor to have you in the circle. And I'm just so pleased to see all of the things that you're accomplishing, and so excited for your 2018.
Thank you so much, Kori. Thank you.
Okay. We'll see you soon.
See you soon. Bye.